Hello everybody, welcome to this video here on G4G on YouTube. I'm your host Napalm Dawn, and today we are going to be going through the Legion introduction experience. So this is recorded during the beta, so it is subject to change when this actually goes live, but I wanted to go ahead and make a video on what it is like to actually go through all of this material here that begins the kind of the beginning of Legion. So what'll happen is, for the Horde, you will go to org, and depending on whether you've done it or not, you may see on the mission board to go see Khadgar at the Blasted Lands. You're going to want to ignore that. Instead, you're going to want to come out and do the quest that brings you to somebody where that pile of people are over there. See where I have that guy targeted, Holgar Stormax? Somewhere in that area is your first quest, and then you will be given this quest over here to be prepared. You have to polish some armor, empower a weapon, eat a meal, and warm up with a duel. So the first thing you want to do is come over here and eat at that table. And then we can go ahead and move forward. There's some people to talk to over here, but they don't really do much of anything. It's actually a guard that tells you where stuff is. So the next thing you want to do is come over to this area. And that is where you can polish your armor. You want to stop at that mojo pit and get yourself some mojo. This is a really creepy looking bomb called Megaton. Perhaps it's what blew up that that town in Fallout 3.
Yes.
Sun Sphere to empower your weapon. And then, as you can see, we have some people dueling over there. And then you can start dueling people. And the good thing is you don't actually have to duel others. They provide you with NPCs for that. So right now I'm basically doing it from a pre-made Beastmaster Hunter perspective. I've already gone through this on a Guardian Druid, which is what I would consider my main. I rolled this so that I could eventually get to Dalaran and pick up the recipe for mechanical pets and do a video on that. If you need to repair, come over here and talk to this person. And it looks like they've got some toys over here. May as well buy them all. It's not like I'm going to need the money for anything. This is a beta account after all. So what's interesting is that you, as a hunter, actually start with a melee weapon equipped. And you have to go into your bags and get your, in this case, gun out. But then, of course, you're given this one fairly early on. So seeing as that I don't know the stat weights right now for BM Hunters, I'm just going to randomly equip that, and then off we go.
Hey, how you doing?
I am ready to give my life for the Horde. So you're going to get queued up for scenarios at this point. Now basically what's going to happen is we are going to boat out to the Broken Isles, and then we are going to fight off tons and tons of demons.
How'd they get so many here so fast?
And as you can see, it's actually got me grouped up. It's very, very similar to The Light Hope Chapel raid for Death Knights.
Lined with demons. Have a great voyage. We're gonna retreat to a safe distance, and you be sure to let us know when all of the demons are gone. Blackwater, bring her in. Snappy now.
Can't believe these aspects are now burst spells. It's real, kind of, in some ways, it's a little sad what's happening to the characters in Legion. My druid is changed a little bit, but no longer any Mark of the Wild. Kind of really disappointed in that. Alright, so kill 33 demons, kill 3 fell lords, and defeat 3 spires. So here's Thrall, here's Vol'Jin. Holy cow. No threat whatsoever. So you'll see that you have this kind of Warcraft-ish looking people talking to you over here, which reminds me a lot of what it was like to play Warcraft. But I remember Warcraft 1 and 2 fairly well. 3... I know is more recent, but I'm not as big on 3 as some other people are. Meaning in terms of my memories of it. I have lots of WoW friends that are like, so don't you remember it was in that mission when this happened and that happened? I was like, oh, okay. Maybe. So there are things that will do a lot of this tanking for you. The best bet is to just try not to pull threat. And just focus on avoiding all the shit that's over here. And as you can see, I mean, with just a little bit of work, we do get a pretty big majority of what we need for the quest right away. Wow, not even Growl on the Pet is doing a good job on that one. So we have to defeat 2 more spires. And that's basically these crystals that float around over here. This little thing, like what you see here with the Feld Commander, I would be surprised if that makes it into live. Just because that seems like it's so straight out of the RTS games. Now we have to defeat Asgalore. Just back up, wait for somebody to tank it.
Your souls will know endless agony.
Generally, if I remember correctly, Vol'Jin's the one who does the majority of the tanking. For this part, just run around, avoid getting green pooed on here.
The Master will mend my flesh again and again. You have not won. You cannot win. We are endless.
You get the crack grounds, but you really get no representation of where they're going to land, other than the actual travel path of the things themselves. Now at this point, all this hunter has is a basic wolf. It's not like I went out and tried to tame anything over here. Okay, so the next part is for Sylvanas and Bane to be found. I believe that's where the Alliance do their stuff, is over there. So I tried to make a level 110 on the max level realm and find out about mechanical pets that way, because I know the vendor and chat that has it. Unfortunately, the level 110s at the time of this filming are not allowed out of the city into the new content. I think I could get over to Org and stuff like that, but if I try to go to any of the new zones like Suramar, anything on the map, I'm not allowed to do it. I basically just get kicked right back into the city. And it's going to require getting a curious coin or a Zurius coin. Well, I love that thing warping in over there. It looks like something straight out of Robotech. It's like a they're not, oh, what the hell is that called? Fold. It's like a fold engine. But yeah, you need to get a Zurius coin in order to learn the recipe, and you have to be an engineer. And the Zurius coins apparently drop out in the world, but they're, ouch, there's been no definite spot as of yet. They drop from things around Suramar, I believe.
Reinforcements are endless.
Oh, why didn't I move out Murder Crows?
We cut those demons down. Fire a volley on my mark. Now!
Four shielded anchors shattered. That's what we need to do for this part here. And we've got one of those down so far. This guy's been working on number 3 over there. Now we have to raise the Black City by assaulting the Demon City. And one of the things we need to do is go ahead and click on those cages. Oh, this is actually something that I didn't do the last time.
Hundreds in the blink of an eye.
And now we know how to destroy them. It's them or us. Let's get moving so we make sure it's not us.
Wow, no wonder why there was a part that kicked my ass before. I think it was because I was not supposed to be out and about on the ground here, and I was, like this dude.
Where's the rest of the crusade?
That's probably why I insta-died a few times.
Nowhere to run.
Let's see, what does the 2 do? Sacrifice 10 health. Oh, okay, yeah, wow, don't want to do that. So basically that's a uh-oh, get me the hell out of here ability. And it looks like some of the party made it in, some of the party did not. For those of us in cannons, it looks like we just are going to need to provide cover to the people who are actually out and about on the ground. Looks like mostly everybody's in the cannon now except for a druid cat. See, Thrall's health is 359. I wonder if it would ever be possible for your friendly NPCs over here to get their asses kicked so bad that they actually die. Those siege breakers, I'm pretty sure that's actually what wiped the floor with my bear. The first time I did this. For some reason, I just had no idea about the cannons. I didn't even notice anybody in them. But back when I first was doing this, there were some problems with this. A lot of people were having issues even getting queued up for it. I believe these things die once you kill all three of the crystals. As you can see, the fire rate is actually pretty fast. Yep. Wow, it looks like the chick from Deep Home. Looks like Kharazan. Actually, really, that looks like a Disney villainess. It really does. It looks like, God, what was she in? The Little Mermaid or something? I don't really remember. The fat black and blue lady. They be retreating, man.
Something's wrong.
Huh, Sylvanas is voiced, but none of the others. All the horde, get the Thrall. And I'm out of my cannon.
Anyone have any ideas how we're going to get across this thing? Convenient.
We're gonna build a wall, okay? We're gonna build a wall, and they're gonna pay for it. It's gonna be huge. I'm just gonna keep the demons out of the country. Now, if there was something that I remember correctly, we had a platform hop over here. And I think sometimes we would wind up stepping in the lava to do it. So there's Lady Jaina over there.
You will pay for this.
And we've got some Alliance people.
Stay back. It's a trap. The light will protect me. You fool. You stand before the temple of a god. You pitiful light cannot reach you here. How fortunate that your friends have arrived just in time to watch you die.
right. Yeah, this guy.
Destroy
Rajas.
him. The light will.
Look how he falls into the lava with full hit points.
No!
All you have worked for, all you have sacrificed, just to see.
Is that the same name as the guy in Fellwood? I have to go check that out. I used to actually have my warlock camped by him to try to get one of the Minfernals, and I would mind control him all the time, and then just drop him on the heads of other people that were out there farming just to piss them off. So you do get a few back adds over here. Oh, hey, pet. Pet's gone. So now what we do, if you're a melee character, you just basically wait until he comes to your platform. If you're ranged, you can just start working on him a bit.
He's heading your way, Windrunner.
Let's go, Horde! It's time to show the Alliance how we slay demons!
I think he's getting around the half health mark at this point. When I was on my bear, I don't really remember too much issues over here. Just kind of remember feeling like it was Polygon.
Alliance.
We've got him this time. All forces, concentrate your fire.
Intensify foe firepower, too late! Just wait for the backheads over here and try to avoid their shit. Yikes. Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo, boy. Ah, what a nice disengage on that one.
You've got another shot at the kill, Sylvanas.
Consider your job done then.
Really does remind me of like a fell Kolagharn over here.
time to gloat.
So he's down.
We've got to stop Gul'dan before he summons another one of those things.
Now we're supposed to fight Gul'dan. We're gonna build a wall, okay? We're gonna build a wall between us and the demons, and Gul'dan's gonna pay for it.
We'll take the ridge and cover your flank.
Sylvanas, thank you.
Good luck, Varian.
And you.
You're a cow riding a big penis missile mount? That's offensive. Alright, so here we are in the next section. We just gotta wait for the NPCs to catch up. Or they can just go
You are right
here.
There is nowhere to run from my master.
Thought that was the next section.
Witness the true might of Lord Sargeras. Down the ridge behind us. Another portal.
I'm out of range. Take up positions. We hold them off. We have to.
These guys go down pretty easy. Oh, it's actually basically Sylvanas that's doing that work. He really does do a good job of splitting up the Horde and Alliance over here at this point.
The combined forces of Azeroth will triumph today.
Less chatting, Rin. Kill him already.
I have seen the end of your pitiful world, Ren. You will perish in Valhalla like 10,000 worlds before your own. The Legion
Yeah, okay.
is an endless.
Let me get more threat over there, that's awesome.
Hold Bane back to my position. Close ranks.
Oh, now Thrall's actually got the aggro. Whoop.
Everyone, pull back to me. We make our stand here.
A Valkyrie just picks up Thrall. That looks so uncomfortable. Well, the Alliance didn't do shit, apparently.
Conquer this puny world.
It's too far away.
That I actually do remember from the last time. There's a weird split over here. The attention is drawn up the ridge, but then this shit happens. And then a red finale cinematic plays. I love that. As you can tell, like I said, some things are a little bit of a placeholder here. So it'll kick you out of the group. And your turn is right over here. And you receive a weapon upgrade, but this will not be your Titan weapon yet. So I'm going to go into the main hut like always. That you can ignore.
Lotar. Strength.
It's funny, for this thing over here where you get instants, it reminds me of when Org had the the PvP headquarters over there, you couldn't even open it unless you were a certain PvP rank, and then when you went into it, it was instanced. It always made me think they could so do guild rooms that way. Dawnslinger's here, Ettrig is here, Garuna. There's Vol'Jin looking pretty fell poisoned.
I am
Bane Bloodhoof, he's hurt a little bit too.
Our enemies will
Sorry, no more open service.
Gallywix is hanging out here,
That's not why
Firepaw.
you're here.
Baladash, Malanori.
Listen to the fate of the Horde, man.
4 years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion. Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated. The drums of war thunder once again.
In case you can't tell, this is not the cinematic that's going to play. This is the old vanilla one. Boy, have I seen that way too often. From all the times of having to reinstall it, go through all this shit again. I am kind of happy when I see Torn Sprinkles. And if you've played vanilla, you know the Torn Sprinkles part. Yes. Listen, Lady Cow, you be going to Lady Sylvanas and pledge your allegiance to her. I be sitting here waiting to her to do anything right now.
We are the Forsaken. We will slaughter anyone who stands in our way.
Speaking with somebody by the name of Soul Eater sounds a little scary, but he's right over here.
My life is dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion.
And let's take a look at her. She's a demon hunter. So you got a trinket over here, a 685.
Remember, nothing is more important than the Legion's destruction.
So the default ones they give you are mastery with an agility proc and then agility with a mastery proc.
We are all that stands.
She's going to give us some proof over here. There be people among us that are not what they seem. "12 demons slain." That's what we gotta do over here. And fortunately for this section, they are not elite. And it doesn't instance you. You are not put in with other people on this one. Nice. We got a crash. Alright, so we're back after a little bit of a crash over here. Got about 8 more demons to go. I have a mend pet and a pet utility. Get a mend pet over here. A nice bit of burst DPS there. And another crash. Holy hell. Okay, so I'm done defeating my demons. And I just basically didn't record a bunch of that because of the crashes over there. The old get out of combat trick. So now we have to go and come back to Sylvanas. And we get the trinket.
Anyone who stands in our way.
And we get another crash. Holy fucking hell. Alright guys, so I just wanted to go ahead and do a little wrap up over here. Unfortunately, the last section of the video that I recorded, the audio didn't go through. So basically, what will happen is that you get sent out on a quest to go to Dalaran over Deadwind Pass. Whatever is the way that you can best get there, go ahead and do so. For the Horde, if you got a mage to port you to Stannard, that is probably the best way to go. What I did, and this will probably be different for other people, is I took the portal to Twilight Highlands, and I came down that way. Alternatively, you could go to take the boat to Booty Bay, and probably come up that way. And I think that is perhaps the fastest that we can do. So what'll happen is you will then go to Dalaran, which is floating over Kharazan basically. And you come into Dalaran and you go over to the Kirin Tor building. And Khadgar is standing outside of it. So basically you come up the big stairs and go to the right. He's standing out there and he is like, oh, okay, so alright, we're going to go inside and we're going to talk to the Kirin Tor Council, and we are going to go ahead and see if they will let you back into the Kirin Tor. So you go in there and there's a bunch of mages all from the Kirin Tor, and Jaina is one of them. So he's like, alright, so we're going to let the Horde mages back into the Kirin Tor. We really need them. And Jaina's like, fuck you, no. Remember what they did to Theramore? Hello? Mana Bomb? Folks? Nobody? Anybody remember this? So there is 5 of them there. 3 of them vote to let the Horde back in. Jaina says nay. A Rune Weaver next to her says nay, but everybody else says aye. So the ayes have it. And you get let into the Kirin Tor yet again. At this point, this is where everybody's paths will diverge. This is where you now begin the artifact quest for your respective class. So my druid, I believe Malfurion came up, and then my druid had to go do stuff in like Hyjal and go into the Dreamway or the Greenway and do a bunch of stuff there. My hunter here has been issued over to Uldor, so Bronzebeard shows up, and he's like, hey, some stuff is going on over in Uldor. Can you go ahead and come and help me do it? So this starts you, what you may remember is on the inside, so that, like, that's where Kharazan was, and this is where the council was, and that is where, as some friends of my guild used to say, Algalon is over here. So you may remember this if you raided Uldar back in the day, and of course going through Kharazan back there was a deeper area of Uldar. That's where the keepers were. And that's, yeah, we're eventually going to get over to the Celestial Chamber over here for Hunters. So I will separate that out into a different video because that will be class specific. But that's basically how the whole intro to Legion winds up. For at least the Horde, you go outside of Org, you polish your armor, you shine your weapon, you get a last meal, you take a boat out to the Broken Shores, you try to do stuff at the Broken Shores, you make your way through demons. Gul'dan eventually does stuff to Tyrion Fordring. Whether or not he's permanently dead, who knows? I mean, he does actually fall into the Fell Pit at full hit points. You're working your way up, and something bad happens, the cinematic then goes on, which right now is a vanilla intro cinematic as a placeholder. For the Horde, you go back to Org, you find out that Vol'Jin's really hurt kind of bad, and he's poisoned. And that is when you begin your quest to go hold back the Legion. So once you get into Dalaran, that is where you will start branching off into your class quests. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video over here, and I did warn you in the beginning that there's going to be spoilers. So if you do want to be surprised, then I hope you didn't watch these videos. Take care, everybody.